At number 1, we have Griff Whalen. The first player is a surprise. Whalen has been consistently playing the small, slot, quick receiver role that Ryan Switzer seems sure to take. In the first preseason game, it was Whalen who was on the field in 3 wide receiver sets. This scheme is going to be very vanilla, with the Rams being the week 1 opponent, but I want to see how he will be used and how much Derek Carr trusts him. At number 2, we have Connor Cook. Cook seemed to have come out of nowhere in the first preseason game. He did not look good during practice, but performed very well last week. In true Connor Cook fashion, he had another bad week of practice. The Raiders have to hope he puts it together and has another good week of game film so he can potentially be trade bait. If nothing else, we already know what EJ Manuel will bring, and hopefully Connor Cook is just a gamer and puts 2 good preseason games in a row. At number 3, we have Donald Penn. Donald Penn came back from injury this week and lined up at starting right tackle. It's not very often you have a 35-year-old back-to-back Pro Bowl left tackle switch positions. The right tackle position has been terrible in recent years. Penn likely will be the starting right tackle, meaning Colton Miller has won the left tackle spot. Hopefully, Penn is able to adjust to right tackle and fix the fatal flaw on the line. At number 4, we have Derek Carrier. No, Derek Carrier isn't a game changer who will get a bunch of catches or show a lot of flash plays. He is just the kind of player that John Gruden loves. He's extremely versatile and can line up all over the field. I know John Gruden has something lined up for him, but it likely won't be shown this game. He's been described as a joker, and I think he'll be quite the surprise this season. At number 5, we have Marcus Gilchrist. Another not big name player that I'm excited about is this versatile player. He can line up all over the field and be very good. He's listed as the starting safety next to Carl Joseph, but my guess is he plays all over the defense. There will be times he'll play in the slot and in the box as more of a linebacker. Paul Gunther has big plans for this guy, and I can't wait to see what he can do for this defense. At number 6, we have Marquel Lee. Derek Johnson might be expected to be the starting middle linebacker, but Marquel Lee has put himself into the conversation. He played very well in his preseason debut and has some really nice stuffs. The big question for him is, how is he holding up in pass coverage? He's never been seen as a very athletic player, but I just want the Raiders to have a little more stability at linebacker. I need to see how he holds up against a good passing offense like the Rams. At number 7, we have Arden Key. The reports are that Key has been absolutely destroying offensive linemen. He has elite pass rushing talent, and that has shown up in camp so far, even against Colton Miller. Now, we finally get to see what he can do. Key is expected to be a third pass rusher and come in obvious passing situations to help out Mack and Irvin. After all the hype, it's time to see him play in a real game situation. At number 8, we have PJ Hall and Maurice Hurst. This is 2 players, but I'm going to count it as 1. They were very disruptive in the brief time playing last week. Let's see if they're able to keep it up for a longer period of time. They have very high ceilings, and Hall has been very good at pass rushing. Hurst is a top 10 NFL talent in this year's draft. The defensive tackles have been terrible in recent years, and let's hope these 2 players can show they can fix it. At number 9, we have Nick Nelson. Nelson played fantastic against the Lions considering it was his first NFL game. He was very sticky in coverage and was consistently making good plays. His draft grade slipped a bit due to injury, but the Raiders might have come away with the steal. If he continues his excellent play, then there's a very good chance he ends up being the starting slot cornerback. At number 10, we have Garyon Conley. To nobody's surprise, Conley is on the list, and the player I think all of Raider Nation, including myself, wants to see the most. There is no doubt about his talent. The reports all offseason were that he was playing very well. He's so good that even after his injury, he was never in danger of losing his starting cornerback spot. I just want to see him take a hit and be fine. If he can get through this game injury free, that will be a big relief for the Raiders.